they're like, he goes, you here for the event? And I'm like, event? And he's like, singles night.
There's a bunch of women there, and there's not that many men.
I know that I'm single because of my size.
Saying that dating is hard and a very vulnerable thing, no matter what size you are.
Just wants flowers, seeing me for my body and not for who I am.
Neither could I. I went home and I went to my friend's apartment and I did cry.
My best advice for single fat women who are dating is to go on a date with your arms out, your belly out, unapologetically fat. 100% weed out losers.
Days ago here in Chicago at a bar. Girls. Ooh, maybe you can handle it, but I couldn't. And I'm not afraid to say that I couldn't handle it, okay? You go in there, they're like, he goes, you here for the event? And I'm like, event? And he's like, singles night. I'm like, oh my God, like it's a slur. Jesus Christ. He's like, here's a sticker. I'm like, okay, I took the sticker. I'm with my friend and I. We go in there together. She's, mind you, skinny blonde. Yeah, I know. It was hard. We get in there, we walk in. I'm like, okay, a lot of women. A lot of single women. Men aren't lonely enough because why aren't you at singles night? Right, you're not swiping, so you're not going to go to singles night? It's not adding up. So we get a drink, we're walking around. I'm like, okay, this is cute. Scanning the room. A lot of men sitting with the boys, not talking to the women. I'm like, okay, so we want a boys' night. You can have a boys' night, but you do have a green sticker on, so I know you're here for the event, okay? People came up to us, and by us, I mean my skinny blonde friend. And this is the thing, is you bitches couldn't handle this, okay? And neither could I. I went home and I went to my friend's apartment and I did cry. Okay? God. Is it a crime to just shed a little tear? Oh my God, whatever. I'm just not at the point in my life where I can go to things like that because, oh my God, it's humiliating. Men want to be princesses so bad, no one's talking to you, and it's outnumbered. There's so many women. I was like, oh my God, this is just not something that, and I am walking in the rain, and everything's cinematic. Oh my God, where's my Romeo? No. It actually made me sick to my.
Now, that was shocking because I listened to every word she said. And at the end, I saw where it hit home because the little girl in her came out. She said, I want to be a princess so bad. Where's my little Romeo? Right? But you said your friend was slim. And that's not your friend. Because your friend should have said, you should lose some weight. How about we diet together? But you know what's wrong? You ladies nowadays don't really like each other. So your friend probably doesn't really like you. She uses you, said, let's go to this dating event because she knows you're big. That's foul. I'm your friend. I would tell you, this is what's going to happen at a dating event, right? Because back in the day, like I would say like around 20 years ago, guys were in with dad bods, right? A fat guy can go to a dating event and fit in, but a fat girl can't. It's different. Guys, it's a big difference because guys, they're visual creatures. We're visual creatures. We want to see something we want to lay with, touch. They'll lay with you, but they won't stay with you.
You're in Chicago at a bar. Girls.
Okay, so I'm going to summarize what happened in this story. Singles nights, and of course, guess what? There's a bunch of women there, and there's not that many men. And of course, she actually brings up in her video, which is why I always refute the point that there's a legitimate male loneliness epidemic. Men aren't lonely enough, but they're not at these singles events. It's almost like, it doesn't actually exist. But anyways.
A lot of single women. Men are lonely enough. We're going to singles night. Right, you're not swiping. You're not going to go to singles night? It's not adding up.
It's not adding up because of the fact that they're not lonely. Men have checked out of dating. I don't know how much more proof. Anyways, then she goes and mentions how she finds a group of boys, but they're just sitting in a group in a little corner with a bunch of other boys. Like, if you guys wanted to have a boys' night, like, go ahead. And then I forgot she, is at this singles event with a skinny blonde friend. That's how she refers to her in the story. And then she finally goes, like, okay, some guys did approach us, and by us, I mean, like, they really came to talk to my skinny blonde friend. And I hate when girls do this. Like, seem like somehow, like, it's the man's fault for the fact that a man prefers being with somebody who's in shape. That's it. Because I think she's trying to insinuate like, oh, she's skinny, she's white, she's stereotypical attractive. When it's like, trust me, a lot of I would argue that a lot of the men I meet like love Spanish women. I would argue the reason why your friend's getting attention and you can act like, it's her fault or it's the guy's fault is because she's in shape. I'm not trying to be rude here, but girl clearly doesn't take that seriously. The same way I wouldn't be confused. It's not your fault either. If I was at like some type of dating event and I had a very successful 6'5", attractive friend,
gonna get the
and
girls.
I'm sitting there just referring to, yeah, dude, they all went to my freaking millionaire sister. I wonder why. Yeah, because like she takes care of herself. Is that a problem? And then literally admits towards the end of the video that she went home after this interaction and cried.
I went to my apartment and I did cry. Okay? Cried.
And this is my point. This girl literally went to a dating event where she's acknowledging no men were there. She leaves crying out of sadness. And yet they still think there's a men's loneliness epidemic.
Make it make sense.
And of course, the reality comes out at the end of the video when she's like, yeah, it's humiliating. Men want to be princesses so bad, which is a dog whistle, of course, for homophobia.
Oh my God. It's humiliating. My money princess is so bad. No one's talking to you. And it's outnumbered. There's so many women.
They want to be princesses so bad is because of the fact that, yeah, I expect you to go and start a conversation. I know, like, that's so crazy. You feel desperate, but you can't empathize with men who are stereotypically, you have to go and approach, have to go spend money typically. Pretty much the whole entire beginning part of the dating is like left up to them and their leadership. Then this girl wonders why her skinny blonde friend is getting more attention from her. She's not able to, have success in dating when not only are you clearly a little bit homophobic and seem like an overall selfish partner because to men wanting to go and initiate stuff as being princesses, but on top of that, you're basically trying to like make it seem like it's men's fault for having this preference of having or wanting a partner who's in. I think there was some type of like, little underlying remark.
I gotta stop right there because he is cooking, but it's not men's fault. She needs to come to the realization it is your friend's fault. Because she should say, hey, you girls gotta be straight rude to each other like men are. You're fat, no guy's gonna want you, right? She's crying. Did you cry to your friend? Because she should have told you, lose some weight. We're going to work out together, right? Go on a weight loss journey with your friend. Accountability partner. You need it.
Know that I'm single because of my size.
That Big Shirley?
They always come through talking about, no, it's not because of that.
They're
No,
not your friend.
you're a good person. No, somebody will love you. No. Let me tell you, the world is driven by sight. You get me? With all these different podcasts, all this stuff that's going on, they make it seem like it's bad to be around somebody that's bigger. Like big people don't care about themselves. They don't care about their hygiene. They make it seem horrible. So a man doesn't want to be seen walking around with a bigger woman because of that image. So when I tell my friends that, they always try to dumb it down. I want somebody to be like, you know what, friend?
Yeah.
You right. And
She
you
said
probably
it,
should
yep.
get in the gym and let me help you and let me be with you.
Yeah.
Why do
Let's
you need
do it.
validation
Yeah.
from a friend if you know this is
No,
how you feel
she's
inside
right.
See,
yourself?
because I be working out, but sometimes you need a little extra push.
Yeah,
Sometimes you need a
girl.
little extra motivation. Sometimes you just want the truth. Damn.
Yeah.
Amber, get
There we go. Thank you, friend. Can you say you'll come with me?
I'll come with you.
I'm gonna lie to you. When I see a woman
There
that's
you
a
go.
bigger woman and she's with a man, the man is not giving what's supposed to get.
See? You see that? She said it. And the other girl doesn't have a friend. Because I'll tell you what you ladies need. You've got a friend in me. Right? Isn't that how the friend song go?
You got a friend in me.
One of those songs go like that. That's what girls need. Because saying, oh, no. But she said, no. Guys just, no. Guys are just being visual creatures. Like we're born to be.
In this generation is extremely difficult. Yes, I'm on the dating apps, the forbidden apps. And most of the time it's, oh, we talk for a little bit, or it's just straight to, you trying to smash. Or the usual comment, come sit on my face. I want that slow burn. Like, let's not rush to date. Let's enjoy each other's time and company. Hell, start out as friends first and then see if dating happens. There's no reason to rush into it. That's how things go south. Girl just wants flowers. I'm so sick of people just seeing me for my body and not for who I am. That's what sucks about being a lover girl, is because I have so much love to give and so much energy to give to other people, but I get burnt out so easily because I give my love and my energy into the wrong person, to the people who deserve my love. And that's one of the main reasons why I stopped dating, is because I cannot deal with this. You trying to smash? You trying to smash? I can't be seen with a big girl in public.
I know it's hard, but I'm sure you took some of those late night calls. But yeah, it's sad. But the thing is, we can't change our height, but you can change that weight. Facts.
Even harder to explain to people because you really don't get it unless you've lived it. I felt this way my whole life, especially when it comes to talking about dating with like friends and family. It can be like difficult to explain, and it's also something like you don't want to explain at the same time. It can feel like uncomfortable or embarrassing. It's that feeling whenever you're catching up with your friends and they're sharing stories about recent dates they've been on, but you haven't been on any because you only get asked to go to a guy's house. It's that feeling whenever you go out with your friends and guys talk to them and you just kind of stand by the side and sip on your drink. It's that feeling when you're meeting up with someone from a dating app and you're worried that they don't realize that you are bigger, even though you have full body photos on your profile. It's that feeling in high school whenever everyone is asked to the homecoming or the prom and you're the only one without a date. It's that feeling whenever you like a guy and you see what his ex-girlfriend looks like and all the other girls he follows on Instagram, and you know you look nothing like them. It's that feeling when you have to decipher, are they really attracted to me or is it like a fetish? Which I'm pretty sure I got that recently, so. It's the feeling when the conversation turns sexual in 0.2 seconds because guys think we'll just settle for any sort of attention. It's whenever you're out at a bar with your friends and you guys are all interested in the same guy and you feel the need to back down because you feel like you don't even have a chance to begin with. It's that feeling whenever you're out with your group of friends and you're approached by a group of guys and you know that you're not the reason the guys approached. It's the guys who are actually attracted to you and do like you but would never take you in public and never date you. And yeah, that is what it feels like dating as a bigger girl. All right, I love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, that's what the girl spoke about. She spoke about that when she went to the dating event. And it's sad. But once again, you have to change it. Do like the black girl. Get around some friends or go to the gym and get a not male dating coach, but a male exercise coach. Let him drag you through the mud because that's what he's going to do. He's going to have you doing things to hold you accountable. That's what you need. Say, look, hold me accountable. Here's $1,000. How long? How much does that cover? A month? 2 months? Let me know. What does $1,000 cover? Because I need this. If he's cool, $1,000 will cover 5 months. He'll say, okay, I'm going to give you this plan. You do this, that, and that. I'm going to go around you these days of the week, but you have to continue it throughout the rest of the week. But then you know what'll happen? You got to pay that $1,000 a month because you can't depend on them to get those workouts done for the rest of the week. Guys, I wasn't there, but I was once addicted to eating. And I'm sure you guys go through it. I'm addicted to eating even now. Like I have to have some chocolate or something sweet like every 2-3 hours. It's a problem. And it's wow. I'm surprised that I'm not morbidly obese, but it's not easy. But you have to try. I say that, but then I'll go and burn 1,000 calories a day. There's a difference.
Well, I put some makeup on. First off, let me start by saying that dating is hard and a very vulnerable thing, no matter what size you are. Let's start even before you go on a first date, right? The hype leading up to it. You constantly fixate on, are they going to think I'm fat? One thing I've learned that's helped me switch my mindset with this is that just like you have a type, you are somebody's type. Let that sink in. Which I understand is hard to come to terms with because we've been told our whole life that our body is not lovable. When I was dating, people would always tell me, don't think about if they like you, think about if you like them. Like, I don't want to hear that. To me, that wasn't helpful in any way because you physically cannot help but worry about if they like you. You're dating. I'm going to share some things that were actually helpful to me when I was dating. Make sure they have seen some form of you that's most up to date. Whether that's like a picture on your dating profile that's full body or on FaceTime before you go on the date. For me, that just took some pressure off because it's like, you already knew what I looked like before I got there. Also, this might seem super simple, but wear a color that does not show sweat because you're going to be nervous and you're probably going to be sweating. And the last thing you need to worry about is if your sweat stains are showing. And one last thing, the size in your jeans is the least interesting thing about you.
Your secret weapon to cheat the dating game, and I'm going to explain to you why. When you're fat, and especially when you're not society's acceptable version of fat, which is small, fat, hourglass, and pear shapes, if you show up on your dates with your arms out, your belly out, right? Short hair, because you know how society feels about fat women with short hair, and unapologetically dress the way that you like to dress, men who are not attracted to fat women and not attracted to the way you look.
All right. I gotta stop it right there. Short hair, fat. You just look like a big fat man. Seriously, there are men that walk around like that date men, trying to look like a fat woman. That's a thing. That is a thing. So going out like that, that's not a secret weapon. That's a fastest way to get rejected. Unless the guy's like, I like fat men. Come on now. If your hair is like that, yeah, you may get away with it because you do look feminine. But you can't be out there with a haircut like mine. Talking about, like, imagine, you got to be careful what you say because a fat girl will listen to you and go outside like that to a date. Right? I say that because I just saw a dating coach recently. She was a man. How do you call it? A man hater, right? And she recently got married. It's crazy, but let's continue.
Are not going to want to go out with you. Only the ones who are crazy, and you can tell if they're crazy within the first, 5 minutes of talking to them if you know what to look for. My best advice for single fat women who are dating, specifically heterosexual dating, is to go on a date with your arms out, your belly out, unapologetically fat. Because it will 100% weed out losers.
You can't make this shit up.
It will weed them out. You do not want the men who are obsessed with the trophy wife figures, okay? Because we see the skinny women, they're getting cheated on left and right, just as much as the rest of us, right? And I don't know, maybe it's just me. There's something so sexy, so seductive and alluring about the attraction between a man and a woman who is fat. It's something about us being like, I don't know, this is gonna sound crazy, but like larger than life.
Sexy.
Like having all the curves.
She said larger than life.
Your curves are society's acceptable version of curves.
Someone call a search party because these TikToks are lost in Delulu land.
It's existing and taking up that extra space. It's that gravitational pull that we have over the men who are attracted to us. And I'm not talking about chubby chasers. I'm talking about the men who are just attracted to us because they take one look and they're like, yeah, I want that. That gravitational pull, when you see those couples, something about that, it's so hot. Like, oh, I need a sip of my water. It's so sexy. So don't think that being fat is your Achilles. Reframe that mindset. Honestly, it's your secret weapon, honey.
Run.
It's your secret weapon.
Why? Because single women keep women single. You could hear the cholesterol in her voice.
That was the most disturbing advice I've heard in a long time. Being fat is your secret weapon. It's your secret weapon to yourself. Being fat is your secret weapon to yourself because you're killing yourself. Get these people off the internet, please.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, turkey, crap, you name it. Hang up on that nigga, he trash.
What's the guy's name? Joey Swole. See, Joey Swole wouldn't like this video, right? He wouldn't like this reaction. But what would he say to this? He would tell me to mind my damn business. But then, come on now. What are you telling fat people? To get fatter? Yeah, you're 350 pounds. Eat that cheesecake and cut your hair into a Caesar and go. And the man that likes you, that's the one for you. That's sexy. That's what she said. I didn't say it, she did.
Interesting experience once you start losing weight. I've lost 60 pounds in the last year and I still have a lot left to lose, but it's very interesting to me how my perspective on dating and preferences specifically in dating have changed since I started losing the weight. And I'm a sex and relationships journalist, so I've actually written a lot about my experience dating as a fat woman, but I just recently got back on the apps and it's got me thinking that I obviously notice, and I expected this, that I would get a lot more matches. Number one, because you can see that I'm smaller in my pictures now.
Yeah.
And number two, I put it in my bio that I'm down 60 pounds on a weight loss journey that's ongoing and blah, blah, blah. And so I knew that would kind of shift some people's perspective who otherwise probably wouldn't have swiped on me if I had been at my highest weight per se, and they would just kind of assume that I wasn't taking care of my physical health, which again is not always true. I'm definitely not
she has hope.
Supporting any kind of fat phobia or stereotypes around that, but I will say that it's okay for people to have preferences. I know that sounds like kind of a hot take, especially coming from a fat person, and I know that probably like the body positivity community is gonna like maim me for this, but truly, like, it, as long as they're not using hate speech, as long as they're not being blatantly fat phobic, as long as someone's not like harassing you, insulting you, like degrading you, doing anything to you or making it super overt or direct, it's okay for people to not want to date fat people. I will say, even at my highest weight, I never had trouble getting dates or matches. Like, my weight never even came up in conversation on any dates, I think, ever. And it was never like a reason that any relationships ended or anything like that. So it never stopped me from dating. But I did have that awareness that like there were plenty of people who probably weren't matching with me because they would see my pictures, see that I was fat, and be like, oh, she doesn't take care of herself, which is not always the case, honestly, with a lot of fat people. I had a lot of medical issues I didn't know about at the time that I do now, and I got on a GLP-1 with my endocrinologist. It's helped me lose a lot of weight. It's been great, and I'm the healthiest I've been in a long time. However, I used to take that personally. I think I used to assume that people saw it as a moral failing. And again, some people do. Some people are fat phobic. That's a whole different conversation. But I think you just can't take that personally. Like, it is literally a preference at the end of the day. Everyone is allowed to have preferences. They're not allowed to, use that to be cruel or hateful. But in the same way, like, I would prefer to date a tall guy. And it doesn't mean that I don't think short guys are like worthy or short guys are like less than because they're short. It's just a preference. And again, like, I'm losing weight now and I'm realizing like, oh, like people are treating me differently, especially men and like dating.
She knew. She said, if I want to get a tall guy, I'm going to have to lose that weight. Those guys are occupied. You definitely have to lose that weight, but you can find somebody tall. I won't say that, but still, you can change the weight. You know what I was going to say. Guys can't change the height. Depending on your height,
And
keep talking.
I'm getting more attention and people are looking at me more and looking at me differently. And of course, I knew that was going to happen. That's not even a surprise. But I just think now looking back, it's helped me reframe like, oh, I definitely used to take that personally when I knew that people didn't want to date me because I was fat. And it's not personal. It's just a preference.
It's not personal. It's just a preference. Now you're normal. You're thinking like a normal human being, right? You're turning into a modern woman. You're almost there. I don't know. That's why I said that. I don't know how tall you are. Like, say if you're like 5'7". Yeah, okay. You want a guy 5'11", 6 feet. Makes sense. But I don't know. I don't know how tall she is. But if I look at her account, I'm sure she may be 5'2", saying, I like men that are 6 feet. Shame, shame, shame. She's losing weight. to get a tall man and don't realize those guys are occupied, she's going to be in the same boat that she's going to start eating again and go right back to. It's a vicious cycle.
As you just happen to view fatness as neutral but not be particularly attracted to it.
Oh, no,
fine.
no, no. Stop,
That's a preference.
Stop.
If you don't date fat
No. But let me look.
people because you think being fat means that they are gross.
No. Look, it's not gross, but it is very unhealthy. And it is kind of gross if you're just eating. That's gross, right? Because you heard the lady say, I had some health conditions. That's what happens when you keep eating. Stop it. Let's continue.
Could never date an overweight person.
Yeah.
So this lady got on there and said, I couldn't date an overweight man because as soon as we get in a fight, basically she gonna crack on him. This is my thing. A year or two ago, women were all over the internet talking about, oh, I love a dad bod. I love a dad bod.
Ricky
I don't
Ross.
like all that chiseled muscle stuff. Even my wife was one of them. So
got him.
I listen. I stopped dieting. I still work out from time to time.
Got
but I
him.
stopped dieting because all the women, along with my wife, was saying, we love a dad bod. Cool. Now fast forward. Anthony Joshua comes on the scene and Americans finally find out about him. All of a sudden, all women want a chiseled body. Chiseled, built, all this stuff. And this is my thing. It's getting confusing. Of these body types right here, what is the body type women want their man to have, especially the men in their 35 plus 40,
15 to
50?
10.
Like what is the
15 to 10.
expectation? I need to know this for me and my homies who are still single to know what are we supposed to be looking like when we get together with y'all women.
Yeah. What girls are looking for is that 15 to 10 above his head, if you could see it, right? That 15 to 10 is, in shape. Six pack is there, but not quite there. Like more the 10 side, right? The 10 to 15 in that range. You're in that range. That's kind of the dad bad they want. See, they won't tell you that. Because girls are not really looking for the guy that's like a 3 to 4. That's nuts. But 10 to 15, still muscular, still in shape, right? Not necessarily dad bod. Doesn't have a gut like 40. They want a good range. They want a man to be fit, but, be able to handle himself. That's what you fell for, bro. You fell for the nonsense that they're spewing, saying, oh, I like Ricky Ross. They like him because of the money. You got some girls that like that, just like some girls are chubby chasers too. But that's not everyone's dream, right? They're looking more at Adonis Creed, things like that, right? Michael B. Jordan or other guys out there. But yeah, guys, other than that, I just want to thank you guys for watching. I put a lot of work into these videos. Be sure to subscribe. If you're watching me and you're not subscribed yet, it's free to subscribe. Costs you nothing. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Peace out. Have a good day.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.